The room was still vibrating with her voice when my phone buzzed. A private number. I didn't answer. I already knew what it meant when the world suddenly went quiet after public humiliation. She had laughed after she said it. "You'll return begging within weeks." People were watching me, waiting for the crack, the collapse. I felt none, just a slow pressure behind my eyes, a tightening, control. The phone buzzed again, a voicemail notification. I stood up without a word. No drama, no defense. Her smile faltered as I walked past her. Not fear, yet. Confusion. She thought the story had ended with her line. It hadn't even started. Outside, the air felt cleaner, sharper, like the first breath after holding it underwater for years. I pressed play on the voicemail. A recruiter's voice, calm, professional. "We're still interested. The offer stands. Immediate relocation. Full authority." I had refused them for months, for her, because she didn't want to move, because my ambition made her uncomfortable. I deleted the message, not because I wouldn't accept, because I wanted to hear her beg first. Her words replayed in my head that night, not angry, certain. That confidence didn't come from love, it came from leverage. I lay beside her, listening to her breathe, even rhythm, no guilt, no fear. She rolled over, her phone lighting up the room for half a second before she turned it face down. I saw the name. Not saved, just a number. I didn't confront her. I didn't flinch. I started counting. How often she smiled at nothing. How often she accused me of being distant. How often she weaponized my sacrifices as proof of my weakness. I remembered the job offer she begged me to decline. "You'll forget about me there," she'd said. No, she'd been afraid I'd see clearly. That night she fell asleep easily. I stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, realizing something colder than betrayal. She didn't think I could leave. She thought she owned me. I became quieter, kinder, predictable. I cooked. I listened. I apologized for things I didn't do. I let her relax into her power, while I watched everything. Phone records, late work meetings, a second email account hidden behind a finance app. I learned his name without ever asking. I learned his schedule. I learned the truth the way you learn a crime scene, without emotion. At night, I lay beside her, my arm around her waist, while she texted him from the bathroom. She thought I was asleep. I memorized the sound of her footsteps. The investigation didn't make me angry, it made me focused. The job offer came back, stronger, faster, more money than I'd ever imagined. I accepted it silently, signed the contract while she was out buying wine. Control returned the moment I stopped needing answers from her mouth. I waited until the night she mocked me again. Same words, same audience, different ending. At home, I placed a folder on the table between us. No explanation. She laughed until she opened it. Phone logs, photos, hotel receipts. Her face collapsed in stages. Denial, shock, fear. She looked up at me, mouth open. "How long?" she whispered. I leaned back. "I knew before you said I'd come back begging." Silence. She cried, hard, loud, messy. I stayed still. The calm terrified her more than anger ever could. "I gave up everything for you," she sobbed. I nodded. Yes, that was the point. I slid another document across the table, my resignation letter, and the relocation notice. Her breathing broke. "You can't just leave?" I stood up, slow and deliberate. I already did. She reached for me. I stepped back. The power move wasn't leaving. It was letting her see. She'd lost control the moment she underestimated my silence. The apartment felt empty the next morning, clean. I packed only what mattered. No photos, no souvenirs, no lies. At the door, I paused, not for her, for the version of myself that stayed too long. I didn't hate her. I didn't forgive her. I understood her, and understanding was enough to walk away without looking back. Some people mistake silence for weakness. They don't realize it's where decisions are made. I closed the door softly, and for the first time, I didn't belong to anyone who thought I'd beg.